In the last lecture, I mentioned that stablecoins are kind of a hybrid between fiat money and cryptocurrencies. And now let me further explain this. And I will also explain in this lecture why it can make sense to trade stablecoins. So, stablecoins are also cryptocurrencies that are backed by fiat money or commodities. And this means that they are collateralized by a non digital asset like US dollar, euro, or gold, or whatever. And the most popular stablecoin in terms of market capitalization and trading volume is USDT, also called Tether. And the Tether is one on one backed by the US dollar. So it's so to say fiat backed, so backed by the US dollar. And one on one backed means that the amount of US dollar used to back the USDT must reflect the circulating supply of USDT. So, for example, if there are 5 billion Tether in the market, then they must be backed by $5 billion cash or cash equivalents sitting on accounts and deposits. And there's actually the promise to convert one USDT back into one US dollar at any time. So also here it's all about trust. And therefore the value or the price of the stablecoin USDT is pegged to the underlying collateral. So in this case is pegged to the US dollar. And therefore it's called stablecoin because the price is stable, so they are close to zero price fluctuations, and one USDT is equivalent to 1.000 US dollar. However, the price is not necessarily exactly 1.000 at any time because the price is driven by supply and demand, and it can temporarily happen that the price slips to 1.0001 or 0.999 or whatever. But also here it's all about trust. So if people don't trust that one USDT is worth one US dollar, then the system collapses. And now with regard to the Tether, which is issued and managed by a private company, most recently there has been some controversy about the US dollar backing. So the Tether company isn't regulated and the accounts are not audited by a reliable audit firm. And some experts claim that there could be irregularities in the accounts, and there's some doubt that Tether isn't really 100% backed by US dollar. But nevertheless, Tether is the most popular stablecoin, and it offers typically the best prices. But it's maybe not the most secure one, but there are also other stablecoins. And some more examples for US dollar backed stablecoins are the True US dollar or the US dollar coin. And also Binance has an own US dollar stablecoin. It's the Binance US dollar. Now, the ultimate question for you is, what's actually the use and the purpose of stablecoins? And sometimes direct trades between fiat money and cryptos like Bitcoin are not allowed or expensive and or slow. So this depends on the exchange or the broker where you trade Bitcoins or other cryptocurrencies. So sometimes it's not possible to directly trade the US dollar and Bitcoin, or it's simply too expensive or too slow. And trades between stable coins and cryptos can be cheaper, faster, and more convenient. And if you want to actively trade and buy and sell Bitcoin with US dollar, then it might be better to stay in the crypto world and buy and sell Bitcoin with a stable coin. So, for example, the trading pair USDT Bitcoin, so Tether Bitcoin, can be more liquid than US dollar Bitcoin. And this means in the end that you get better prices. So finally, let's have a look how it works. And let's assume that you want to trade US dollar and Bitcoin. So US dollar is a fiat money and Bitcoin a cryptocurrency. And on some exchanges and for some brokers, it can make sense to actually use a stable coin. So initially, you have to convert the US dollar into, for example, Tether. So you get 1 Tether for 1 US dollar. And then you can trade Tether and Bitcoin. So you can buy and sell many times. So that's your trading session. And at the end of the trading session, you can actually convert back the Tether into US dollar. And that's the most important purpose or the most important use case for stable coins. And with this, we have reached the end of this lecture on stable coins. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.